Yeah, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Mumbles, KingsCourt, East 905, King Mumbles. You know how it is. So, wrestling and bullish. KingsCourt, we bring you that KingsCourt, so up to date of what's going on into wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan there, then you remember what happened last year, April, right in the height of COVID, where WWE, probably be about 20 wrestlers, series backstage, they gave a lot of their wrestlers at a budget cut. And then, after getting rid of those wrestlers for the cut, proceeded to have a for profit year. So, to celebrate exactly 1 year to that, they decided to do, and now again, after having a record-setting profit year, due to cost cutting, he has now and and so that's not the shocking thing. What is shocking is they've done the cut some of their biggest, even though some talent has been underutilized with no fault of its own. But like, this is the being WrestleMania, and just before the next few now out of a jump. So let's go top to the bottom and discuss cuts. Let me know what you guys. So the best name, of course, would be Samoa Joe, former TNA and a former Ring of Honor in there. He has had some injury issues that have been outside of the ring, but he has turned into being one of the best color commentators have. Like, right before you find a raincoat, rain at me, a great job of commentating. Even though he's like injured, you could have done, I feel, the color comment and part time now and then in the ring. He could be on that, not gonna by the wrestlers and stuff like that. I'm sure he could bumps even if he couldn't take full scale. Was doing great. So he never kind of CM Punk could go there and tweets and see that. I'll be honest, back in like TNA, I was a big Samoa Joe fan, but WWE would misuse. Doesn't have the prototype. He's very much not the prototypical WWE star. I knew that WWE would not know what to do with him coming to WWE, because I was like, they are going to totally misuse and bury this great talent. Happy to say that I thought they were going to do the same thing with AJ Styles, and I was wrong, because AJ upped his charisma and character developed from when he was on TNA. So I knew that the tough, like, they really weren't going to be able to handle Joe, and sadly sad it's gone. So the fact that they've rid of Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, for one, why would you have split up the Iconics like this shows total disrespecting for that women's tag team division. Like it's that purely okay, we don't have anything to do, let's put the like there's no plan or structure. Like you had the Iconics, totally over, totally great history, great team, and literally from the moment you came up, had nothing planned for one of them of any substantial, of anything substantial. And then you had the Royal Woman back together. Like neither one of them was doing anything. You had a chance to put them back together at the have them do something at WrestleMania, and you guys did nothing. You guys still used them like oh, Billie Kay with her resume and the stuff on TV. Like she reminded me of R-Truth, where her character is outside of the ring is so hilarious, entertaining that without wrestling, she brings that to the an addition to the roster. Peyton Roy, I think she's better than Billie Kay in the ring, and just think that you guys just never like you were too like here's the problem. You guys are too stuck on 4 horsewomen being the top of your guys' division that you really didn't have chances to a lot of these other women to show what they can do. Get a heartful, great for the memories. So Mickey, the veteran, I think longer than Natalia, and like Samoa Joe, they had her starting to do some backstage commentary. You know, I think, especially after the injury, I just think like Mickey James, another one, just wasn't given the chance. Like whoever is running your women's division really needs like a revamp. Just it's like throwing, you either just throwing shit and seeing like, and nothing is sticking. Like there's no plan from like 1 week to the next with you people, and it's hurting the women. Chelsea Green. So I only sporadically follow NXT, so I've heard a lot about Chelsea Green, but I haven't really followed her to say how good or how she is. But I will say another one never. It's not like she failed; she was given that chance, which was WWE's fault. Okay, so like I've never, the heavy machinery. I felt that Tucker was going to be the left behind. That he had that vibe to him, like he's playing the back role. But he did not give me the heather type mentality. But you guys did heel turn, and you didn't even fully let Tucker and what's his name get into a full feud. Like really, guys just threw to wayside and really not care. Pisto, he was another one let go. And I have always felt that WWE, if you're not Rey Mysterio, WWE doesn't use a luchador not named Rey Mysterio. Every other in WWE has been misused and underused. Kalisto, better for him to go to AEW or AAA or one of those to have a chance to be a star, to be more than just developmental talent. Like, no matter what happened, he was never going to be more than developmental talent on WWE, because they don't look at luchadors not named Rey Mysterio with potential. Blake. So if you guys remember the Forgotten Son, they were getting a little bit of a push. They had a lot of buzz. But Riker made some controversial comments that got the Forgotten Sons off of programming. And it seems that they somehow have found stuff for Riker to do, but Wesley Blake and both Steve Cutler both have not really been on television ever since they take them off. They tried to do the King Corbin thing, but that didn't last. And it's like Wesley Blake has now been okay. This next choice really bothers me, because I'm telling you, I definitely see the potential and talent in him with all the different. It's just WWE just go full throttle. The former NXT champion Bo Dallas, who, if you guys don't know, of course, but you should know, is the brother of Bray Wyatt. You know, the sons of Erwin R. Shyster, Mike Rotundo. So they're second generation wrestlers there. Okay, so even like any gimmick that he's been given, he's been going through, like the Bo Leave, and like I really, and you had a chance a lot with anything that you could have tied him in the same way, either as a companion or as an enemy there. Like kind of Undertaker could have done something, and he's such a character that he could have pulled off anything that you gave him. He has not been seen inside the WWE ring since Crown Jewel, November 13th, 2019. They've used him on off-television stuff, like he had a match pre-WrestleMania to test out the equipment there, but it's like all of this great talent being told we have nothing to do for you is not to me a statement on the talent. It's a statement on the creativity that your creative writers have. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's ridiculous. Mojo Rawley, later on in the day, he got released as well. He never like he never really got over. They did try a bunch of different gimmicks and different things for him. Partly I feel that it was him not able to get over, and partly I feel that it was part of WWE starting and not really giving it all and its push. But That's a lot of great talent that is now global for, TNA, Ring of Honor, and of course AEW. There is a 90-day clause on their contract. So these guys we won't be seeing for the next couple of months, but we definitely will be seeing a lot of those wrestlers really soon. Let's get Samoa Joe back into TNA, killing it over there. Yeah, get Billy Kay and bring the Iconics back together. Like that's when they're at their best. Okay, so what else we can talk about? You know what? Because this was the anniversary of last year's, let's go through all of those that um, got fired last year and see where they are now. Okay. So, but Rusev, or Miro as he is known there. So he is now in. Okay, so they've given him an okay push. He is yet to be pinned in an AEW ring. So I don't think he won any championships yet, but he is definitely in here.
Show up. Where you at, bud? Left so fast after the Arcade match. I haven't talked to you since. But I'm looking for you. Trying to smooth things over. Just to talk to you. But you know I hate. You know I hate wasting my time. So I'm here to tell you now that I'm moving on with or without you to fulfill my destiny. So if you work for this company and you have gold around your waist, I highly recommend you pull a kip in this before I find you too. Yeah. They told me you didn't show up again today. Where you at, bud? I stopped at the Arcade Anarchy match. I haven't talked to you since. But I'm looking for you. Trying to smooth things.
Okay, so Drake Maverick, he had that whole 24/7 beef with thing with his wife involved, and he kind of got fired, but they still used him on TV and still competing, and we weren't sure if he was going to be done with the WWE. He was in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament there. Okay, so and what ended up happening was after the reaction to his firing and the love he got in the tournament, it seemed that he actually got a new contract. So he ended up getting rehired right away by the WWE. And now he just recently, he just recently in the last NXT Takeover match there, he had won a numbers contender match for the tag team titles with Killian Dane, even though they did lose their championship match. But it looks like, he got new life in NXT that is working well for him. Okay, after EC3 was let go, I'm actually very surprised. I feel that he had the character, the development, he really could have been a really good star in WWE if they'd given him a chance there. Okay, so turn back to Impact Wrestling there. I loved his feud with Moose, like the on the bridge and everything like that. That was pretty good there. But then the same month, he ended up signing a full contract with Ring of Honor. I believe that is where he is right now. Let's see. Zack Ryder, he was like the people's champ, and literally he had to use his, the power of the internet first to get over for WWE, even to give him some intercontinental love there. Well, now he goes by his real name, Matt Cardona. He did have a short-term deal with AEW. He had a tag match with Cody Rhodes and whatever. And after that, he jumped over Impact Wrestling and having a feud with his former tag team partner in WWE, friend Brian Myers. And if you guys don't know, Brian Myers was Kurt Hawkins, WWE, who also got fired around that time. Okay, so Kurt Hawkins, aka Brian Myers, who goes by his real name now, he went directly to Impact after getting fired, and he has been doing well. He had the most professional wrestler gimmick there, and what's feud, but outside of wrestling, Cardona and Myers have launched the Major Pod Network back in February there. So they are, because they are actually in real life, like best friends. So, okay, Lio Rush. I like this guy. I've spoken to him on Twitter. He's a really nice guy, really nice, humble. He also music, hip hop. And it looks like he, like, going through the independents. He was wrestling at GCW, Lucha Libre, NGP, New Japan, a few other places, which was surprisingly as initially retired, right? But decided against that. Right now, middleweight champion with the MLW world title, and he's like in the New Japan Cup tournament going against Brody King. So basically, he's making his runs around the major independents that are not on TV. Go in that. Okay, so we have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Like, well, like I felt you know, had AJ Styles, you had thing. You guys really could have done a true Bullet Club reunion actually in the WWE over well, but you guys got rid of one of your best tags there, and basically when they've resigned, they have their podcast, Talking Shop, and then they went and contract with Impact, and it's a 2-year contract, and they've been involved with that Impact, heavily involved with Impact AEW storyline invasion, which has helped them as they've been major components on both shows, which has given them a lot of TV time there. You know, so Diana Perel basically turned back to Impact Wrestling, and out of now, it looks like that was the best decision for her as the top of the division, as she is the knockout champion there, and she took home the year and not the year. So it does seem that it has been a great benefit for her, and she will be defending it against Tennille Dashwood, who, if you guys remember, is another former W out that really fully work out the WWE on the highest level. They did try a lot of, you know, remember they did Emma thing. They tried a lot of different gimmicks on that, but it didn't suit mesh. So she's also an Impact doing well there. Okay. Also, who was fired a year ago. He's, and I hope his kids are doing well. He's also gone to Impact. Um, he just goes by the name Heath. I think he got some good stuff. You know, he did a lot of the independent contractor, had to fight for his spot. He's gotten that there, and he has had a couple of injuries there, but he is looking to return. He's fully healthy. He said in an interview that WWE offered him to resign, but he promptly turned them down. This was, I will say, person I feel WWE dropped the ball on his incredible talent. Eric Young, like from the goofy, afraid of fireworks to the crazy to the crowd, young, he could play any role and do it well. And though he's probably smaller than the WWE, like he has all of the talent, and really it was a bad mistake of the WWE to let that go. All right, so he's now home squad there, Violent by Design. he had suffered a torn ACL for a few months, to like 9 months. But I feel the rest of them can wrestle, and he will be on the mic. It need to be on the ring, in the ring, to be successful. Okay, so Tay Conti. I have no clue who she was there. He now is in AW, and she's up next for a championship match. If you remember him, he was part of the Wyatt. He now wrestles as Eric Redbeard. Did a lot there. He did show up at Brody Lee tribute on AEW, but he really been on TV. I'm not sure where he's going. Sarah Logan there. Okay, so imagine, so she was actually pregnant. Step away from wrestling anyways. So it looked like that might have been a blessing in disguise, a benefit for them all. Oh, no way, Jose. His character was way too like, and it was not developed, and they just kept on having him get beat up. Okay, the big news, he announced in March he is going to be a father soon. So it looks like very much his time, very, very much outside of the ring. That's what's got his importance. So he athletically, he's very, very much a talent, but they gave him a gimmick that was sure for him to fail. Oh, Mike Kanellis and Maurice, like, I don't know what Mike did to the creative roster on why they did not like him. But like, they were really trying to bury him to her name, and the whole gimmick of it, this ripping down his manhood. So attendance there. He was a Ring of Honor and reformed with Matt Taven, which was a tag team there. He threw to a few different he's Nick Aldis for the WN the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So he's fighting and doing well and killing it through independence there. It's good. Aiden English was really important in getting Rusev for its Rusev Day. Okay, so he goes by his real name now, Matt Raybolt, and he's been wrestling independent Zella Pro Wrestling since last summer. well as running his own YouTube channel, Wrestling with Whiskey. As you know, one of the issues with the was that they were not letting do their own thing like Twitch or podcasting like that outside of WWE. So I believe one of the benefits of getting let go is it does take off the shackles. He's to doing a lot of things through social media, live streaming, podcasting, and those venues that you can't do in WWE. And Epipo, the colognes. So they basically were back in Rico wrestling for the WWC. They are promoting, like, in Puerto Rico, the Colon family name is like the Hart family in Calgary and stuff like that. And Canada, like with Carlito and their dad and everything, these are their stars who, partly because WWE doesn't give a damn about tag team wrestling, were never really made to be anything of importance. So Cassius Ohno let go, and I don't know. I feel that the gimmick that they in WWE was never meant to kick off. After he got let go, he went back to the original, being Chris Hero, and hosts podcast, Can Chris Hero Save? Definitely going to start checking out some of those podcasts just for information and just for updating on exactly what I can do. Former UFC heavyweight champion Velasquez, he was also part of that firing there. They had some big plans for him with Rey Mysterio and everything. It just seemed that it never got over, and I don't think because he ain't gonna go indie wrestling, whatever. So he hasn't really done anything since. Okay, Curtis Axel, or Joe Henning, son of Mr. Perfect. He has not wrestled since his departure from there. I'm not sure of where. He is a talent that can be utilized with the right push. I really liked him and Bo Dallas too. They were really good. Okay, so and then there's the performers. M. Jenkins, he wrestled once on AEW Dynamite. Caesar Bonini wrestles on AEW in the regular with a group with Ryan Naismith and G. Drake. Mick Ogarelli now is going by his real name in AEW as Moroto. He's now in the faction with QT Martin, Aaron Solo. Tino Sabatelli had wrestled on AEW Dark in 2020. Alexander Jacek is Laura Vesta. And there's a few other names that haven't done since. I'm hoping that this is not like a new way that WWE is going to do this thing every year in April. Let's get rid of who we use and that weight there. What I do see, and you, a lot of the wrestlers who were released last year, like Heath Slater and others, commented to these guys to give them words of encouragement. AEW doing well, TNA doing well, Ring of Honor and shows now actually being able to have shows since the pandemic. It is the end of the wrestling career. You can definitely go on success and have freedom and do well. So prayers go out to all of the least, to your families, that y'all get on your feet and are given exactly to live your dream that you like and have fun making money doing that. Let me know, y'all pieces. You think to show up in another federation? Who do you think is the biggest mistake? And who do you think the first one that's gonna try to go back to WWE after they made a success somewhere? Who do you think WWE try to get back a couple of years from now? Let me know in your comments. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this on all of your King's Court Network. All that.